actually find it very disrespectful that Whitney and Lochan are even up against Mitch and Ella B. One second, guys, you know, I've got to do my bit for society and cast my vote because I do not even understand what that plot twist was at the end. I don't understand. Okay, so one second, let me just quickly. There is only one correct answer, by the way. I don't even want to hear that you guys voted for the other person. I'm so sorry. But let us get into it. Hello, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing okay and everyone is doing well. Another day, another Love Island review. Our last of the reviews, guys. I think I heard the season is ended on Monday. So, yeah, we've got 2 more reviews, guys. Gone by so quick. But a lot for us to pick and unpack. At the same time, not really. I don't feel like today's review is going to be long, but I say that now and you guys know I'll be talking for a good 20 minutes. So let's just get into today's review. So as I usually and always say, number 1, if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe and definitely join the family. Also be sure to follow me on my Instagram and also my Twitter. You guys know, particularly on Instagram, because we're trying to hit 7K very soon. And as I usually and always say, please get cozy and comfy with a lovely drink. Today I actually have a Chapman, which tastes absolutely amazing, by the way. And yeah, let us get into today's review. So I'm not really going to start off with the morning chats because there wasn't really much to discuss there, but we're going to start off with everyone in the villa, of course, talking about how happy they are, how in love they are. Some of us are girlfriend and boyfriend, some of us are exclusive, etc, etc. And of course, Whitney and Lochan end up getting a text that it was time for their final date. I didn't really tell you guys, I was really interested in Whitney and Lochan, Ty and Ella's, and today definitely Jess and Sammy's date, because the date was definitely given. But you guys know it did tell them that it's given bougie, and they already guessed that it was going to be on a yacht. But before we get into that, we're going to quickly get into other things that took place in the villa. So let's start off with something in my eye. Okay, I don't know what that is, but let's start off with Mitch and Ella B having a conversation. Her saying that, you know, she felt very hurt about all of the things that Mitch had done and that he needs to give her reassurance, etc, etc. I've been telling you guys this very much over the entire storyline, over the entire situation. You guys are having week 1 conversations in week 8. I'm not really here for it, and you guys actually do probably already know because it was trending. Katie and Uzi actually went on a podcast. I feel like everyone that's been leaving the villa has actually been going on to podcasts and just been talking so much. Okay, so many interesting things, sorry, have actually left each and every one of their mouths. But Katie and Uzi did say today that apparently Mitch has calculated Love Island to the T. Okay, like he knows the show inside and out, and he actually told her that he wanted to be a memorable character. So very interesting, because we don't remember you for the good things. We remember you for being very weird and very unhinged, but you're going to be messy, Mitch, to keep your foot and your name on the hall and the stars of Love Island, then that's on you. But yeah, of course, he did say that, you know, she was very daft for thinking a certain way. I don't really know why. But yeah, pretty much, I guess they're just having a conversation to just try and figure out what they're doing moving forward. I've already said this. I genuinely don't feel like they both need to pretend. The 50K is not even in reach, guys. You guys are not even runners up. Yeah, they just need to wrap it up because the season is ending soon. And I'm just over it. I think the recycle storyline doesn't really give. I don't feel like Ella B is as interested in Mitch as they're portraying it to be, and I also don't think Mitch is as interested in Ella B as they are portraying it to be as well. So I'm just very much over it. But let me know if you agree or disagree down below. But for me, on this channel, we're over it. Okay, we're over it. Now, of course, we'll briefly, I guess, quickly move on to the boys being given a challenge. Do I really want to get into that? Okay, let me just quickly whisper it. So they were given a challenge, like a secret challenge. You can definitely tell that the season's wrapping up. They were told to, number 1, make a smoothie and convince all the girls to drink it. Drop a new word in a convo. Get a girl to style your hair and then get another girl to restyle it because you don't like it. And then get a girl to massage your foot for 30 seconds. So not really much to discuss other than the fact that Mitch's... I'm going to quickly whisper it, guys, because it really wasn't even that relevant. But Mitch's name was subcrackled. Sammy got his hair done by Ella B and then got... and then got Ella B to change it. Tariq ended up asking Molly to massage his feet. She squeezed the entire tube of sun lotion on his legs, which they found funny, but I just found it really weird. And the smoothie, Zach made it. It had sweet corn, mangoes, I think pineapple, strawberries, and ketchup. Everyone drank it but Jess, and I don't blame her because that sounds and looks absolutely disgusting. But of course, they ended up getting a text for the girls that the guys were actually given a challenge, and because Jess didn't drink the drink, they failed. Jess was quite happy that she ruined the fact that they failed. But at the same time, she should also know that, you know, if they won, it would have benefited the entire villa as well. But that's just that. Don't really care too tough because I just feel like that was just a filler to get us through the full 1 hour. Now, let's get back to the date because, guys, I have to go on a yacht date. My man, babe, I hope you're watching and I hope you're listening. We have to go on a yacht date, a private one at that, not a yacht party with 100 other people. No. It needs to be private, okay? But of course, it was nothing compared to Liberty and Jake yacht. You guys remember their yacht, right? Yeah, this yacht was huge. And I'm actually very happy because if you guys actually remember Whitney and Lochan's first date, not first date, sorry, but one of their dates, Whitney did actually say that her dream date would be a yacht. So it's quite cute that the producers are honestly taking notes. But guys, I was smiling, honestly. It's almost like I was on that date with them. And I think I was honestly just smiling because I genuinely just feel like Whitney has come a very long way in the villa. You guys need to understand that Lochan actually allows her to be her true self and doesn't dim her light or doesn't make her feel like she's doing too much for being herself, and creates a safe space for her, as we can see in the episodes. You guys need to remember at one point that Whitney was coupled up with Mehdi. Because a lot of you have forgotten that, which is why, a lot of you have actually forgotten that Whitney was coupled up with her op when she first entered the villa. Someone who would literally complain and blame her for everything and their mum's tears. Like, absolutely ridiculous. So I'm just very happy that with Lochan, you just see her being her true self and not having to dim her light. And I really love that for her. Of course, anything else I want to discuss? Oh yeah, before they did get into their votes, I did also want to mention as well that one thing I do like about Whitney and Lochan is I actually feel like they're taking it quite slow, if I'm going to be honest with you. Even Whitney was like, you know, it's giving this, it's giving that, but you can definitely tell that they are taking it quite slow and they're just trying to get to also know one another whilst also embracing this experience and also preparing for the outside world as well, because they've pretty much been living in a bubble and life is definitely going to be different on the outside. So I really like the fact they're not rushing to say like, I love you, would you be my girlfriend, would you be my boyfriend, like just taking it slow as a normal relationship should go. Of course, it was now time for them to vote for their least compatible couple, and they said Ella and Ty, of course, they have improved and have been through a very long and interesting journey. Sammy and Jess, they said that there were no cons for them. Very interesting, because the producers' edits must really be working, because I have at least 10, okay, that I can give. They said Zach and Molly, you know, were kind of half and half, but of course they ended up picking Ella, B and Mitch, and no surprise there. I'm very glad that they did. And yeah, they ended up clinking in the hot tub, smiling and also kissing. But I love Whitney and Lochan, guys. Whitney and Lochan are my winners, all right? I absolutely love them. Now let's move on back to the main villa. Sammy and Jess are having a conversation briefly. She was like, what's wrong? You're being very off to me. And Sammy was saying, you know, I just feel like with the challenge, you were just being X, Y, Z. And she was like, I'm not drinking a smoothie that I don't want to drink, etc, etc. Once again, not really much to discuss there. I just feel like it was just another filler to get us through the 1 hour. Now, of course, Whitney and Lochan ended up coming back from the date looking gorgeous ever. And Jess, oh, by the way, someone commented on my video, I think yesterday or the day before, saying, oh, Sarah, you're so biased towards Whitney. Yeah, I like her. Beat me. Like, what do you want me to say or do? I like the girl, so yeah, next. But of course, they came out from the date, and then Jess now ended up getting a text that it was time for her and Sammy's final date, and it was hashtag giving princess treatment. I have to be honest with you guys, I think Jess looked absolutely stunning. I loved her dress, I loved her makeup, I just loved the whole entire look. She definitely was giving me princess vibes. And there's just something about a guy in a suit, because Sammy was looking well. Okay, he was looking, and you know when the suit has to be tailored, it can't be baggy, no, the suit was, it was snatched. And I won't lie, I do feel like they looked really good together. Guys, I won't lie, the date for me, if I'm just gonna be very honest with you, I genuinely feel like it was low-key given winner's date. The ballroom dancers, the chandeliers, what else was there? Ballroom dancers, chandeliers, champagne. It was definitely giving Bridgerton vibes for me, and it was a really cute setup. But of course, they were talking about their journey, speaking about meeting each other's parents and their lives on the outside, traveling. Almost, Sammy also insinuated that they were going to move in together, which was quite interesting as well. And yeah, they ended up choosing Mitch and Ella B. Not surprised over there, even when they were having the conversation. And guys, I also tweeted this as well. Sammy's redemption arc really needs to be studied, because for the past couple of episodes, I've actually really been liking him. And it's a very interesting transition to how we started the season with him, if I'm going to be very honest with you. But even he was just like, you know, Whitney and Lochan, like, yeah, they are 110%. My sister's calling me, I'll call her back. But yeah, they were like, yeah, they're really good. Like, I really love them, definitely, etc, etc. And of course, they ended up having a mini dance, and then, yeah, they had a little kiss as well. It's so interesting because, guys, as much as I really liked the date, I still don't know how I feel about Sammy and Jess, just because of the things that he said about her before, especially in the past. Like, does he still find her unattractive? You know, the transition from not liking her to being girlfriend and boyfriend. But that, I just find the timelines just very interesting with them. But yeah, I won't lie, it was a good date. I do feel like the budget was definitely there for Ella and Ty. To be honest, the budget was there for all of them. Let me not even. The budget was really there for all of them if I really think about it. I guess the date that had the least budget from the looks of it was definitely Mitch and Ella B, if you really want to compare the two, because Molly and Zach had the big pink. Whitney and Lochan on a yacht. Ella and Tyreek, they took them to Wakanda. And of course, yeah, Jess and Sammy with the Bridgerton vibes. Now, of course, back at the villa, Ty and Ella were speaking about being girlfriend and boyfriend. Ty was giving vows like, yeah, through thick and thin. Yeah, in sickness and in health. Yeah, like, you're my girl. You know how Tyreek is. But of course, Ella was just like, you know, it's day one of them being official, and she just wants to make sure that Tyreek knows what he's gotten and also getting himself into. But yeah, I do really like the fact that they are really happy, but I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like the girlfriend and boyfriend and I love yous and being exclusive for this season have been so interesting. It's like, yeah, I just don't really know. But yeah, I am very happy as well that I guess they've made a lot of progress. I do feel like Ella is absolutely smitten by Tyreek, guys. She's in love. Even when Tyreek is talking, she's just looking at him like, if I'm going to be honest with you. But yeah, now let's move on to Ella B and Mitch now talking. He asked her if he thinks that people... Wait, hold on one second. I missed out a section because I remember I wrote something about... yeah, I know I missed out a section. I know my notes even when I'm not looking at them. Wow. But let's move on to Ella B and Mitch talking to Whitney and Lochan about the votes. And they were saying, yeah, like, if we're going to be honest, we just really had to vote for... Because obviously you can't say who you voted for. But they were just like, yeah, if we're really going to be honest, like, we just really had to be honest with ourselves and just, you know, look at the people and just figure out, are they going to work on the outside? Like, that's just what we had. And Mitch was like, yeah. And Whitney and Lochan were like, yeah. It's the gag for me. Because the gag is you guys voted for each other. But the gag for me also is the fact that Ella B and Mitch didn't vote for themselves. I genuinely feel like Whitney and Lochan for them was just a cop-out, because even them themselves also know that the rest of the villa voted for them. And why? Because we move on to the next conversation that they end up having, and Ella B and Mitch pretty much starts off the convo saying, oh, do you feel like people voted for us? And Ella B's like, yeah, like, you know, because of the time here, and, you know, we've had ups and downs and da-da-da-da. But she was like, even though they vote for us for being the least compatible, we are still compatible, and we know we're compatible. And she's like, yeah, we know we're compatible. Whatever that means, guys, it's very delulu of you guys to think that in the entire villa you guys are scoring higher than any of them. It's very delusional of you all, okay? And that's what I mean, like, they don't need to pretend anymore, because you guys aren't even smelling the 50k, okay? I'm glad that your deals be coming from other companies and organizations outside of the villa, but in terms of winning Love Island, it ain't gonna happen, okay? But yeah, she was saying as well that she is excited for their life on the outside. I have already told you guys that I don't see Ella B and Mitch making it outside as well. Not for long anyway. Mitch is very unhinged, and I feel like Ella B, pretty girl, you guys know I do really like her. But I have noticed that whenever they do have conversations, she always talks about how he made her feel. And that's not a bad thing per se, but I feel like it goes from forgiving him to reminding him of the past to forgiving him to reminding him of the past. But then on the other hand, Mitch doesn't grow or develop. So yeah. That's just that. So, of course, Simon and Jess now ended up coming back from the date to tell everyone how it was. And one thing that I did note down was, of course, they were both very happy, saying it was definitely one of the best days ever, explaining it. But Whitney did ask Jess, you know, are you ready to, like, you know, say, like, you're in love or whatever? And Jess was like, I'll be honest, I just don't think I'm there yet. And I don't blame her. Even if, I don't genuinely feel like even if I was in that villa, I would even tell someone that I love them. I mean, does love come that quickly? I don't really know. Let me know down below. I just don't know. But of course, you guys know at the end, I was suspecting that, well, not suspecting and expecting Mitch and Ella B to be dumped today, but for some reason they weren't. Because at the end, the producers, I cannot talk today and I don't know why, but the producers decided to give us a plot twist and allowed the public to vote for who they wanted to see in the final. Even though Mitch and Ella B got 4 votes. Did they get? Yeah, Mitch and Ella B got 4 votes and Whitney and Lochan got 1. And I'll be very honest with you in just saying that I actually find it very disrespectful that Whitney and Lochan are even up against Mitch and Ella B. Like, is this even a discussion? Is this really a conversation? So for me, and I have already said this throughout the season as well, I feel like the votings have been very interesting and very weird. If you allowed the villa to vote for who they thought were the least compatible, let that vote count. I don't seem to understand why the public have now been dragged into this, because, you know, a lot of people don't like Whitney. I don't know if because of racism, because I know some of y'all be racist in my comments and I'll just be blocking you. But I don't know if people are probably not going to vote for Whitney because maybe they feel like she's aggressive or she feels like she's dominant, etc, etc. And I didn't like that. I just feel like the plot twist was a bit weird. I feel like because the islanders voted for who they wanted to go home, that should have just been the final vote. I don't know why they brought the public into this now, when the public are going to be brought into the finals to decide who's actually going to win and the ranking of the remaining couples. But that's just my viewpoints, guys. Let me know down below if you agree or you disagree, because you know I love to read your comments. But yeah, guys, overall a very lackluster episode. Like I said, I just wanted to see the final dates of my favorite couples in the villa, and I'm very glad that we did. But yeah, the 1 hour defo felt a bit dragged out, but it doesn't matter because you guys know the finale is coming very soon. So yeah, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this week of reviews, our final full week of reviews, which is insane. But it is Friday, so you guys know there's not going to be another review tomorrow, but we will be back on Sunday and then also on Monday. Some of you actually sent me a DM because you wanted me to go on live for the finale. So I'll see if that can be possible, because I just clocked I haven't even been on live once for this entire season. But yeah, I'll definitely see if that's possible and let you guys know in my community tab on YouTube. But yeah, guys, it's a Friday. Okay, what I'm about to do, maybe watch a film with some popcorn, I don't know. But yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely Friday. Thank you so much for your love and for your support. As always, if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe and definitely join the family. Also, be sure to follow me on my Instagram and also on my Twitter. But other than that, I love you guys so much. PT, take care, stay blessed, God bless, have a lovely weekend, and I shall see you on Sunday. Bye.